Writing a blog post can take forever. You've got to write it, you've got to upload it to your website, and there's too many step-by-steps, and it can take up to an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It depends how fast you are. But what if I told you, with ChatGPT and your own voice, you can write a blog post within 10 minutes and get it ranking on the top page of Google? I'm Jonny Swift. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. The first thing I need to do is show you the proof of the pudding. As you can see, this is a blog post that I wrote on my website. It's how to change destination URL on Google Ads. And right now I am number 1 in terms of citations. Obviously there is an AI version of this, but if you go down, I am number 1, and this gets me lots and lots of clicks per month, probably about 50-60 clicks per month using this blog post. And how I did that was my own voice. And if you look through the blog post, it's not like a typical AI sort of blog post. I've got a video here, but it's a lot of like step-by-steps and stuff that if you did manually, it would take a while for you to write all this out. But I did this just using my voice. As simple as that. You can do that very, very easy using ChatGPT or other AIs. But in this case, I use ChatGPT. So the first step that I would do before writing this blog post is finding what keyword you want to talk about. When you start creating a blog post, you kind of want it around a main keyword. And in this case, I'm going to use a keyword that I found on Ahrefs, which is to do with my industry and is something that I could easily write about just using my voice. So what I did, I using Ahrefs, I think that's how you say it. And basically I looked at the keywords that I could write about, and I just looked at call to action, and then this is a term that does get searched about 100 times per month that I could get some volume for. And this is 100 times in the UK, and it is what is a call to action on a website. So this is a perfect example of what I'm going to write about right now on this video. So now we've found the topic I'm going to write about. Now it's time to create a custom GPT that I can use to write my blog post nice and easy without having too many AI-isms or anything like that. So it's well structured and that Google will like it because it is in my own tone of voice and it is giving the information to the user. So for this case, I am using ChatGPT. There are other tools you can use online if you have it. And I have ChatGPT Plus, so I can use the custom GPT tool. If you don't have ChatGPT Plus, don't worry about it. You can always put the prompt before the chat, so you don't have to worry about saving it or anything. But just make sure you save the prompt somewhere like a note, so you can just copy and paste it every time you're doing this. But for ease, I'm just going to do it on custom GPT. For what you need to do, you need to go to chatgpt.com/GPTs. You can see Explore GPTs, etc. like that, but you want to go on the top right where it says create. And once you're in there, you'll see something like this. I've got some instructions down here that I will put in the description. All you need to do is kind of change it around for your website and make it work for you. Don't use exactly what I've got because it all depends on website to website basis. So yeah, like I said, if you want this, just look in the description and you can have it. So I filled out these instructions. I actually create these instructions using the same method, but it just makes it easier so I don't have to keep copying and pasting or having ChatGPT get it wrong. And once you have filled all this out, just click on save. What should be top right, it says update for me, but because this is already created, that's why it says update, but just save it. Now you've written out your custom GPT prompt, it's time to get in a quiet room and start using your voice to dictate the blog post. So all you need to do now is go to your custom GPT, and all you need to do is click on this button where it says dictate. This lets you use your voice to basically talk to ChatGPT, so you don't have to start writing everything to do with your blog post, you can just say it out loud. So in this context, I'm going to just speak off camera about the blog post to give you an example exactly what you can do. In this blog post, I'm going to talk about you run digital marketing channel, enable somebody to make a purchase, a call to action on many e-commerce sites that if they click on this button, they will get to the next step. So having a button that is green normally means that if they click on, and then at the end just add a conclusion. Okay, and now I've just spoke my entire blog post. I spoke this out probably in about 5 minutes, I would say. And as you can see, I've given it a lot of context that would have took forever to write. But because I use my voice, I wrote this out really quickly. So now ChatGPT knows exactly what the post is about. Very nice, quickly, just using my own voice. And here you go. This is what the custom GPT has done. It has created a page title. It's made H1. You've got a meta description as well. And as you can see, I've talked about the introduction. What is this? What is that? Different user colors, that sort of thing. Everything that I've talked about with my own voice because I have the background knowledge to know about this topic. And additionally, it has put some extra bits in there. It's up to you if you want to use this. You can just delete this when it comes to post-production. But for this example, I'm just going to use it as it is. And also with this prompt, it has given me recommendations of image placements. Once again, you don't have to use this if you don't want. I kind of use it as like a little bit of a basis, but normally I just use my own direction, but can use these as inspiration. Okay, now I've got the written blog post. It's time to actually make it into a blog post. For this example, I'm going to use my website on Squarespace. You could be using Shopify, a different thing like Framer, whatever you use. All you need to do is kind of copy and paste it and make it work for your platform. If it doesn't 100% work out for you, you can adjust the custom GPT to make it work. For example, I sometimes use Shopify, and sometimes it does like a little dash in between the text, which doesn't really work out too well on Shopify because it adds it. But for example, Squarespace that I'm going to use right now, I don't really have to worry about that. The only thing I need to worry about is just making it look a bit nicer and adding some images as well. So for example, I am just here, just going over to my blog. I'm going to just paste in what I have got. And then all I need to do now is kind of format it to work on Squarespace. For example, you've got quite big spaces here, so you can easily just close these out. I'm just going to go through this, take about a minute. Then the next thing I'm going to do is basically add some links. For example, here I talked about a book by Steve Krug, so I'm just going to link things like this and also try to link to other places on my website that is suitable for this topic and especially what I'm talking about. Now I've put the URLs in. Now it's just about adding your image. So whatever you're talking about, just go to a website, a screenshot, find things that find some stock footage that is free. Whatever you need to do, your own imagery, just go through where it says the images and then replace them with something that is suitable. Or if there's nothing suitable, just delete where it says add the image in the prompt. Now I've added some images that are relevant to what I'm talking about. Now it's time to basically add the page title, meta description, and get this live. So I'm just going to add it how I do it on Squarespace, which is nice and easy, using exactly the same method as I used before, like so. Then saving that. And now you can see I have got a blog post live that is nice and formatted, and it didn't take me too long. Just make sure you cut out any errors like that and you are good to go. It roughly took me, probably without the video recording and stuff like that, about 10 minutes to do this from start to finish. And once you get into the flow of things, you can get this done much quicker, but all depends on a user by user basis and also how long you talk for. And now to push it to Google a lot faster than just uploading the blog and letting it do it, you want to get the link of your blog, go to Google Search Console, just type it in here, and then click Request Indexing. And once you get this popped up, it means that Google will favor this page and get it on Google as soon as possible. And that's it for the video. It's really easy to just write a blog post with your voice. If you've got a custom GPT, you know about the topic, and you know how to upload and edit a blog post really nice and quickly. If you want somebody to take a look at your digital marketing, I'm a freelancer and I can be able to help you out. But if you don't want my services, you can like and subscribe to the video. It really helps out. I'll see you in the next one.